Hello, my friends. Hello, it's Matthew Street, and welcome to my channel. As always, I truly appreciate being here. And folks, finally, I know it's water over the bridge, or water under the bridge, or water over the dam, whatever you want to call it. Everyone and their brother and sister have already shown this set, opened this set, sealed to reveal it, revealed to seal it. Spin it around me round. Whatever they've done with it, they've done it. They've talked about it. They dissected it. They've talked about songs. They've talked about nuances. I mean, we is the hi-hat missing? Is the bongos too loud? Did they destroy the end of Why I'm the Walrus? Is this? Is that? Oh, should they have remixed the thing at all? Why do they add new songs? I love it. It's fantastic. It's great. It's beautiful. It sounds wonderful. We've heard it all. And I'm not being fresh here. I'm just saying, folks. I just want to come on here just for a few minutes, give my overall take of this thing. Just got it in today. Haven't received my CD set yet. That's coming. And I'm also waiting for my Now and Then CD single. That hasn't arrived yet. Has anyone gotten that yet? I haven't gotten mine. But anyway, so I thought I would go through real quick an overall opinion of these sets. Maybe go through a few songs on each one. Obviously, the Red album was the one that got the most remixing. It was almost the whole thing, except for the Revolver songs, was demixed and then remixed again. So we're getting a lot of 2023 mixes on the Red album. And we're getting about 6 or 7, I think, on the Blue album that are remixed for 2023. And I'll talk about a few of those. So let's get right into it, folks. I don't want to take up too much time, okay? You've heard it and seen it all before. This is just me giving my little 2 cents and opinion on these sets, okay? So what do we have here? Overall, the packaging. At first, I wasn't sure about it when I was ordering it. It looked a little stark and plain with the white. But now that I see it in person and seeing other people open it up and the quality of the slipcase box that everything's put in, it is a very elegant little package. It really is when you see it up close in person, or in person, whatever. Nice foil, shiny foil, silver foil Beatles logo. You get a nice hype sticker. I have the colored vinyl here, red and blue vinyl. Nice images of the albums on the front. On the back, you get the song listing. You've seen it in red and in blue lettering. Very nice. Now, on the vinyl, as you know, the first two albums of each set are pretty much the red and blue albums intact. But then you get a bonus disc with the extra songs on it. So, whereas on the CD, you get everything mixed in, all the extra tracks are mixed in the running order of release date. So I'm not going to complain about it on either package, because I think if you want it in the order in which they fit, like Roll Over Beethoven is stuck in the first side of the Red album and blah, 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 get the CDs, listen to it that way, or listen on Spotify. It's in the running order on Spotify as they were released and recorded. But if you want to keep that nice, pristine red and blue album 1 and album 2 the way they were, you've got it here, and then you get a nice little bonus piece of vinyl. And I like that you have those options. So I like this the way it is. It doesn't bother me one bit. So I like the packaging. I like the sets overall, the way they're presented. Now, let's go into the overall sound quality. I'm not an audiophile. Let me say that right off the top. I don't get into the nitpicking. Was the tambourine beat there, or is it missing now? Are the bongos too loud there, but they weren't then? Or what about the end of this song? Did they destroy it? Or what happened here? Why is that hi-hat missing there? Why is that little guitar note missing there? Why did they add something there? There's an extra drum beat there that shouldn't have been there. It wasn't there before when I was growing up. I get all that. I understand people's complaints. They have a certain ear for this stuff, and you've been growing up with it. I mean, I got these albums. My parents got them for me in 1973 when they first came out. I still have my originals somewhere on the shelf. I was 11 or 12 years old, whatever I was when they came out. And yeah, you hear things a certain way. All your life you listen to your Beatle albums. It was the same way when I was so used all my life to the U.S. Beatle albums. And then finally, whole new world opened up for me when I heard the UK versions of the Beatles albums, with Beatles for Sale and With the Beatles and all those albums I had never heard before. And it just blew my mind. And the mono versus the stereo. I mean, I grew up My parents' original albums that they got me were the Apple label ones, the ones, other than the first couple I got in the early 60s were original Capitol Rainbow Swirl. But later on, when I was, in the later 60s, when I was really starting to get into the Beatles, the ones they were getting were the Apple label ones, or early 70s. And so those are the ones I remember and love and cherish. So that sound was ingrained in my mind. So I get it. Times change, releases change, new mixes, new remasterings. It's all going to be different to us on some level. But everything that was here before is still here. It's nothing really new. It's just been, like I said, redone. So yeah, some parts are more prominent now than they were before. Obviously, like Ringo's drumming is much better on most of these tracks here. Obviously, the bass is a little more clearer and louder in some instances, and certain other things stand out more than they did. Some stuff is more reduced, like, it could be a little more negligible than it was before. You don't hear it as prominently as you may remember it, but it's all here. If you really listen closely, nothing has been completely wiped off the mat from what I can tell personally. It's just different levels on the remixing. The levels have changed somewhat here and there. Overall, I'm just going to say the word clarity. Clarity. That's what I get from these sets. Obviously, on the Blue, we're getting the older remixes that we've already heard before, in Sgt. Pepper 2017, 2018, Abbey Road 20. We're getting those mixes. We're only getting a few new mixes on the Blue album. But I'm saying overall, in general, with the older remixes going back to Sgt. Pepper up to the new 2023 mixes, mainly on here, it's clarity. For me, my ear, I got used to the panning thing on the U.S. albums where the voices are over here and the instruments are over there. And, especially on headphones, it's a little wacky. Or you turn your balance, you could hear just instrumental with low voices, or you could turn just voices with low. I got used to that, and I love those albums, and I will always cherish the U.S. albums. I'll always cherish the U.K. stereo and mono albums for what they are. And I'll always cherish my original Red and Blue albums for the way they sound. But you know what? I like these. I like the way they sound. I like the sonic picture now. I like the way that picture is laid out in front of you, how you're getting that more clear, balanced sound with the voices pretty much centered and the other instrumentation broken up so perfectly in my mind that I was listening on my big stereo on my Spotify set. I have a Bluetooth capability, or streaming, whatever you call it. And I really like the way the panning has been fixed up now, and it's much better in my opinion. So I really enjoy that. So clarity, nothing earth-shattering. I mean, I didn't listen to these and go, oh my God, other than, the earlier songs, obviously the demixing and remixing helped them the best. They sound much clearer now, much more balanced, fuller, like I said, clarity. Sonically, the picture is much better with those early tracks. And it's a bit more alive in general, this set. I mean, mainly I'm speaking about the Red. They're more alive now that they've been remixed. The Blue, I think those sound fine as well, but we've had most of those for years now. So it's all there, more alive. Don't mind me, I'm just reading from some notes. Better stereo separation. I have that written down here. I like the separation and the sonic picture. And again, the pan tracks are gone, and that's a good thing, But if I want that sound from my youth, my younger days, I still have that stuff. I can go listen to it the old way if I want. So what else did I write here about the vocals and instrumentation sounds just right to me on these. Yeah, okay. Sonic picture is much more balanced and pleasing. Okay, I wrote that down. I like the pleasing sound of these new mixes. I wasn't blown away by them, but I was very pleased with them, and the results are just fine for me, and I look forward to the early Beatles deluxe sets after hearing this. So after hearing especially the Red album here, I look forward to Rubber Soul, Help, Hard Day's Night, Beatles for Sale, with the Beatles, Please Please Me. I look forward to down the road years to come when we get those deluxe sets. If they do a decent job like they did on these early tracks here, I'll be very pleased overall. Now, let's get into the nitty-gritty for a minute, and then I'll be out of here in a couple, folks. I think they did a great job with the demix and remix on the Red album. Let's go the Red album first. I can hear all the elements a bit better on the Red album. The vocals, bass, drums, guitars, all the other instrumentation, I just hear it better. Ringo is certainly heard much better and clearer, but the others too. Okay, the other instruments too, they're still there for me and I still love it. The panning is gone and that's fine on the early albums. Very crisp are the songs. This is general now on the early album. Now, you get a song like She Loves You, which to me was a little bit of a bummer because hearing a lot of most of the majority of this Red album sounds so much more bombastic, in your face, clarity, clearer, fuller, just, I want to hold your hand, you can't do that. They scream at you. They're just so awesome. And I was really waiting for that with She Loves You, and it's not there. For some reason, why, I don't know. Maybe you can tell me why did that happen. But She Loves You just seems a little bit muddy. Did they miss this one? That was one of the quotes I wrote. Did they miss She Loves You when they were demixing and remixing? Because it sounds okay, but when you hear the greatness of some of the other early tracks, She Loves You is a little bit lacking. Most of the others are just now so in your face, and I loved it. I want to hold your hand. I wrote shines. You can't do that. Shines. The clarity is there. I'm going to keep using clarity a lot on those early tracks. Boy, A Hard Day's Night is absolutely fine, and I didn't notice a problem with the bongos at all. So I don't know where that rumor started, or maybe some people's ears are different than mine, but no problem with the bongos for me. I thought it was just fine. You Can't Do That, I already mentioned it, but I wrote it shines. Day Tripper is just like so powerful. It's just like in your face, baby. A song like Day Tripper just screams. I loved it. The Rubber Soul stuff is all great, I wrote. What else do I have here? Nothing earth-shattering, but it's just the clarity of the Rubber Soul stuff is just a little bit better. It just sounds a little better. And I really liked If I Needed Someone. I thought it was very crisp and a better balance of everything on the Red album. So happy with it. And again, I'm not an audiophile, so I'm not here to go through every track and every little nuance. Just take my word for it. I think the Red album sounds fine. You get a couple of misses here, like with She Loves You, and a couple little things here and there that I'm like, I wish that was a little more in your face, a little more like the others, like I want to hold your hand, like you can't do that. But you can't have everything, and maybe, they're going to skip a beat on a song or two here and there. But overall, the Red album is great, and as I said, I look forward to the deluxe sets of all the albums they come on. Now, the Blue album, not much to say about other than a couple of track highlights here, because the Blue album, like I said, we've heard it all before for the most part. Like I said, back to 2017 with the release of Sgt. Pepper, it's all those same mixes. If an album got the deluxe treatment starting with Pepper in 2017, then that's the mix you're getting on here. Other than a few songs like I Am the Walrus, Fool on the Hill, Magical Mystery Tour, Revolution, Hey Bulldog, and Old Brown Shoe. I think that's it. I think I covered them all. Fool on the Hill sounds pleasant. I like the mix. Nothing major to say about it other than it sounds great, just like any of the other Blue album mixes from past years. Magical Mystery Tour sounds very nice, very, very nice. And you can hear a little bit more of the background guitar, a little better. Little more of it is there than before, but not like glaringly, makes the song different, but just sounds better. You can hear those guitars clearer, and I love it. Revolution just... it seemed a bit subdued, I wrote, but the overall sound was very good. So I liked Revolution, but I said, I thought it was going to hit me in the face, and it seemed a little subdued. That could be just me, but I liked it. Hey Bulldog, very nice. Just like it always has, it rocks. Hey Bulldog was a great little mix. Old Brown Shoe, I thought it sounded a little cleaner. But again, like Revolution, I thought it was going to hit me in the face more, and it was a little subdued. Again, I'll use that word, subdued to me. Okay sound. I liked Old Brown Shoe. I'm not complaining. If I want to hear another mix, I'll go to another one of my Beatles releases. But yeah, that one was a little subdued. Revolution, a little subdued. Now, the big ones, I Am the Walrus And I wasn't as bothered by it as some people have been. I've watched a few videos. Some people are really devastated by I Am the Walrus. I noticed slight differences in it along the way as the song went along. Varying elements had been changed along the way, but nothing earth-shattering in the main meat of the song for me. It sounded okay, albeit a little different, but so what? It's a remix. It's going to sound a little different. But the ending, I can see where people were upset by the ending because it has been changed to some degree. Various people believe what degree it has been changed. Yeah, it has been changed a little bit. Didn't bother me as much because, like I said, I'm one of these like, oh, nice to hear something a little different. I can always go back to the other one if I want to hear the original one. But it is changed. The ending has been muffed around with a little bit, and some of the radio stuff and things are different, higher levels, lower levels that weren't, and you're going to notice a difference in the end of Walrus. But overall, I thought the meat of the song sounded good. It sounded fine to me, and I had no major problem with it. So that's it, folks. Am I happy we got these? Yes. Are there changes to it? Yes, especially on the Red album. We're getting brand new 2023 remixes for the most part, except for the Revolver stuff. I don't mind the extra songs on it, especially the vinyl, because on the vinyl, it's not really messing with the original album. It's just a bonus disc. On the CD, the songs have been blended in, but that's okay by me because it's another physical format. It's just something different to have for in the car. You get all the songs in the correct order of recording or release. So I'm happy with these sets. I really am. Now, yeah, I'm sure they put off Rubber Soul or one of the other albums because they wanted to get this going with Now and Then coming. They knew that was coming for a couple of years. And, what are we going to have to go along with it to really push the Now and Then, the final Beatles single? So I think this was the best option for them. I mean, we really couldn't do Now and Then a week later, Rubber Soul Deluxe came out, or With the Beatles Deluxe came out. So I think they did the right thing for the promotion and the marketing of Now and Then, the final Beatles song, which is an excellent song. I love it. It's growing on me the more I listen to it, folks. So, folks, that's it. I want to get out of here. 16, almost 17 minutes. I love these sets. Looking forward to my CDs. And I'm just looking forward to really getting into this a lot more than I have already. So thank you so much for being here. I hope you enjoyed this video. I will be back very soon with some other videos, and I promise to stay with you as much as I can. And I really appreciate you again for being here and supporting my channel and for helping me get to 5,000 subscribers. It means the world to me. Thank you. Bless you all. Bye-bye.